Welcome back, everybody, to the Succeeding with Systems podcast. I am your host, Khadirah Muhammad. As always, we're going to be teaching you all about how you can leverage automation, technology, and systems so you can automate your way to freedom and get back the time and rekindle the joy you want to have in your business. We interview all types of marketers, entrepreneurs, people in business who can talk to you more about how you can build your companies to have the lifestyle of your dreams. In this episode of the Succeeding with Systems podcast, we're going to be talking to you all about how to gain clarity in your business. Okay, now this is so important for especially my new entrepreneurs. Okay, my new people who have just started their businesses a few months ago, even a year ago or 2 years ago. You're still a new entrepreneur, and clarity may not be at the top of your mind, and you may not even think you need it, or you may not think it's that important. But I gotta tell you, it's one of the most important things. Because if you don't have clarity as to where you're going or what you're doing, how do you know you're actually succeeding? How do you know you're hitting goals? How do you know you're getting to where you want to get to? How do you know you're successful? If you don't have clarity, if you don't have supreme focus. See, without focus, your actions are just out here in space. They're not really making any impact. Right? You don't have any real clarity. You don't know where you really are trying to go, and you don't know if you've already been there. Right? Let me give you an example. Let's say you're reading a book, okay? And a lot of times people don't just read a book from A to Z just in one stop, right? You read a book, you read 50 pages, you read 100 pages, you read 20 pages, and then what do? You earmark, right? Or what is it called? You doggy ear? I don't know what it is, but you earmark the page so that way you can go back to it later. Why do we do that? Because you're going to come back to the book and you need to know where you stopped at. Because what happens if you don't know where you stopped at? You're just going to be redoing stuff. You're going to be rereading pages. I literally just did that. I was on a plane coming from Atlanta to Detroit, where I live at in Detroit. And I had my book. It's called Africa Rising. And I had forgot to earmark the page. I think I was just on the go. I put it back in my bag because I had to get off the plane and blah, blah, blah. And I had forgot to earmark the page. So I forgot where I was at. And I kind of made a guess. I wasn't really sure. And, I was flipping through pages, and then I realized I went too far because I'm like, no, I didn't read that far. So I'm flipping back. I'm reading parts of the passages. I'm like, I already read that before. Let me, skip ahead. I finally found where I was at, and it took a few minutes, and it took just too long for me to find this page. And then as soon as when I got done with that passage, I made sure to earmark it so I wouldn't have to keep starting over. When you don't have clarity, you will oftentimes find yourself continuously starting over to find a new focus because you don't know what your true focus is. You don't really know where to go. You don't really know how you're going to get there. And the important part is if you're going to be in business, you gotta have a focus. And then from that huge focus, that should be your monumental focus. It's really your North Star, if you will. It's the vision. It's why you're doing everything that you're doing. Like, let me give you an example. My North Star isn't money. Money comes with everything that we do, right? You should repeat to yourself often that money comes to you easily and effortlessly. Okay, so I believe that. So money isn't my North Star. I don't do this for the sake of just making a few dollars. If I did, there are way easier things I would do. Okay, there are way easier things that I would do. But what I do this for, it's for the benefit of my future family. The family I don't even have yet. The husband that I don't have yet, the marriage that I desire but I don't have yet, the children that I desire but I don't have yet. All of this is for them so they can benefit, okay? That's always been at the top of my mind. It's so I can retire my parents. It's so I can pay off a lot of my family's debt. It's so I can help my members of my family who are single and who are older and they just need somebody to take care of them. All I do this for is for them. The family that I do have today and the family that I don't have today, but I will have soon. All right. Being a wife, being a mother, being present for my children, being present for my husband that aren't even here yet is important to me. Because if I don't do this and I don't create a way for me to be able to free my own time, then my future husband, future children, they don't have the luxury of having a very present wife and mother. Because most families aren't able to have that. because it's difficult. It's difficult to do that. So when I was 20 years old, I said, look, I got to be able to do this now and take the time to figure this stuff out so that way I can reach my North Star. And everything I do is to reach my North Star, and that's it. Okay? Everything I do is for the purpose of being present for my family and giving them the help that they desire. My goals to retire my father, who I saw work no less than 6 days a week, no less than 60 to 70 hours a week. Sometimes he would work 70 hours a week for 2 to 3 weeks in a row. I wouldn't see him. I couldn't see him because he worked second shift. And when you work second shift and your daughter's at school, that means when I'm going to school at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., he's asleep. And when he goes to work at about noon or 1 p.m., I'm at school. And when I come back from school at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., he's still at work. And by the time he comes back at 2 a.m., 1 a.m., midnight, I'm asleep. My father's never been a weekend dad. However, he was out working. And to me, that is a man that deserves to have a very relaxed 60, 70, 80 year, however long God decides to keep my father on the planet past his time of retirement. He deserves a great retirement, and so does my mother. So that is my North Star. That's my supreme focus. That is what I do all of this for. And so I always have to maintain clarity because I need to know that I'm getting to those levels, that I'm reaching, that I'm passing, and I'm going up the ladder in my way. So that way I can pay off their debt, and I can pay off their house, I can pay off their cars, and I can retire them. And I can say, hey, if y'all want to quit, that's cool. If you want to cash out and get your pensions, that's great. You're going to be set. That's what I'm doing this for. And it's at the forefront of my mind. But some of you don't know why you're doing what you're doing. You're just after money, and you make that your North Star. And I can tell you, if you just make money your North Star, it's not going to work. You have to figure out what is that supreme focus, because then from there, now that I know that, whatever it is for you, for me, it's being able to help my parents, it's being able to be present for my future family. Okay, great. What is the business model that will allow me to have all those things happen? And let me give you this example. I just recently switched my business model. I'm focusing less on private clients and more on getting group coaching, as well as offering digital products to my tribe, to my people, because that's a better model for me. I got started in consulting. I got started with client work. I've had the 20 to 30 to 40 clients a month. I mean, that's a lot right there. That's a lot. I know what that is. I know what that feels like. It's too much. I know I can hire people. I know I can do all that, but I don't even want to do that. One day I sat back, I'm like, if somebody told me, hey, Khadirah, I can give you 200 clients right now, would you take that? I'm thinking to myself, no, I wouldn't. I would scream. Okay? I don't want that. That's not really what I want. And so I switched my model because I was too focused on a model that wasn't serving me, because it doesn't serve my true North Star. It doesn't help me get to my North Star faster. In fact, it was keeping me away from my North Star. You have to have supreme clarity on that level, so that way you can gain clarity everywhere else. And when you're a business owner, to gain the true amount of clarity that you want to have, you should be documenting what you're doing. And I don't just mean creating videos and creating standard operating procedures. I often mean just journaling. Like, what did you do every day? What did you do today that helped you get to where you want to go? Right? What did you do yesterday that helped you to get you where you want to go? You know your North Star. Okay, what's your business goal for the year that's in line with your North Star? And then whatever your business goal for the year is, what's your business goal for the quarter? And then whatever your business goal for the quarter is, now what's your business goal for that month? Now what's your business goal for that week? Now what's your daily goals? That's how you break it up. A lot of people start from the small and they get bigger. No, start at the end and then work your way backwards. What's the North Star? What's the business goal for the year? What's the business goal for the quarter? What's the business goal for the month? What's the business goal for the week? And to be honest, it's probably more like, what's your North Star? What's the business goals for the next 10 years? What's the business goal for the next 5? What's the business goal for the next 1? So on and so forth. I use an online journal. I call it my Supreme Clarity Questionnaire, and it's these questions that I ask myself. I don't often do it every single day, just being honest. I don't do it every single day, but I do use it when I feel like I'm in a lack of clarity, like I don't know what the next steps are. When I feel like I don't know what the next steps are, or I might be doing too much, I start documenting more. Okay, what did I do today? What didn't I do yesterday? What I didn't do today? What did I do that wasn't what I should have been doing? What's a non-CEO activity that I did? What's something that I should have been doing but I didn't even get to? And that lets me know, I can see for a fact, okay, I did this, but I didn't do this at all. I didn't get to this content. I didn't post this video. I didn't do this live stream. I didn't record this call. I didn't do any client calls. I didn't post about my new bundles. I didn't post about any of my offers. I didn't do any of those things. Okay, I'm not on track. Oh, instead of doing what I should have been doing, I was answering emails. I was answering phone calls. I was taking meetings that meant nothing, right? And so now I can see on paper, like, oh, okay, I did this, I didn't do that, boom, all right. What, now I can ask myself, what do I need to change so that way it's better in line with what I want to have happen? What do I need to delegate out? What do I need to automate? Is there a software that could help me? Is there a person on my team who can help me now? And if not, is there somebody I need to hire? And then I can make decisions relatively quickly based off of that. So I hope in saying that, I hope this gave you clarity on why you need to have clarity. Okay, clarity and focus is the only way you're gonna get to where you wanna go. And I really wanna see you all achieve everything that you want. And so I really hope that you're getting to where you wanna go by allowing yourself to gain clarity. Sometimes you gotta slow down in order to speed up. Sometimes you're moving, you're going, but if you're just out there kicking dust, it doesn't matter if you're kicking anything. Who cares if you're kicking anything if all you're hitting is dust? If you're not hitting the ball and you're not scoring, then how do you, what justifies your actions? We don't want to just be doing busy work. We want to be productive and we want to get to where we want to go. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is episode number 2 of the Succeeding with Systems podcast by Khadirah Muhammad. Thank you all for listening if you've been listening to the podcast. Thank you all for watching this video if you're watching this on YouTube. I will see you all later. And of course, you can see the show notes at succeedingwithsystems.com/podcast and just find the episode number 2 show notes. If you want to learn more about how to leverage automation, technology, and systems in order to automate your way to freedom and be able to get to the time freedom that you really want to have in your business and in your life and have the lifestyle of your dreams, then please go to succeedingwithsystems.com to learn more and see how we can help you guys out. All right, y'all, I will see you in the next episode.